Hello bookworms, I'm Hannah. Today I'm sharing the most enjoyable books from my May reading. I'm posting this video late, but hey, better late than never, am I right? Anyone? Hello? First up is The Girl with No Hands and Other Tales by Angela Slatter, a short story collection of graphic, violent, brooding, and sorrowful reimaginings of classic fairy tales from around the world. I love sad stories and I'm a sucker for luscious prose. This book offers both. If you're in the mood for stories about women with hair spun like golden sugar, or gowns made of butterfly wings and mechanized chambers with hummingbird hearts, or amorous corpses, self-righteous murderers, and fanged creatures that hide in the shadows, then this is the book for you. Special thanks to Erica for recommending this author to me. Your librarian's intuition was spot on. I enjoyed this book so much that I've already purchased A Feast of Sorrows, another short story collection by this author. The only children's book to make it into this wrap-up is Wicked Nyx by Lena Coakley, a tale as wild and wonderful as its protagonist. Wicked Nyx, foulest of the fairies, a mischievous creature whose world is disrupted when a human, or a people, as Nyx refers to them, moves into a previously abandoned cottage located within Nyx's woodland territory. Coakley's writing is just rich with imagery and overflowing with imagination. What I love most about this book is that it's a shining example of a successful, unique, first-person narrative. Nyx refers to what I presume are blue jays as screaming blues. Flowers are butter yellows and purple puff puffs. My only disappointment was the Deus Ex Machina resolution to all of Nyx's problems, but I was so entranced by Nyx howling with the wolves or running barefoot through the woods, stopping mid-stride to spare a dew-covered spiderweb before dashing off to enact some tricksy hijinks, that I can't resist sharing this book with everyone. I think parents and children alike are really going to enjoy this one. Next up is The Landscapes of Anne of Green Gables by Catherine Reed, a work of nonfiction that celebrates the birthplace of Anne Shirley, one of literature's most beloved redheads, and draws surprising comparisons between the life of L.M. Montgomery and the precocious girl who bloomed from her imagination. Obviously, this book will appeal to fans of Anne of Green Gables or to anyone who wants to learn more about L.M. Montgomery, but ultimately, it's a gift for anyone who loves nature, particularly flowers. Most of the color photographs are of sun-dappled forests, tree-lined country roads, or flowers blushing in full bloom. Reed pairs these images with quotes from L.M. Montgomery's journals that showcase her unparalleled talent for writing about the natural world. If you need a push to get outside and start working on your garden, if you delight in the sense of renewal achieved from spending time outdoors, or if you want to experience the splendors of nature through L.M. Montgomery's eyes, this is the book for you. I'm so pleased that Melmoth by Sarah Perry lived up to my expectations. This gothic tale takes place in Prague, follows a woman who lives in a perpetual state of exile from joy and indulgence as penitence for her past, and concerns a dark legend involving a creature said to herald one's damnation. That's all I'm going to say about the synopsis on this one. Now, I can't review this book without mentioning its predecessor, The Essex Serpent. I enjoyed Essex Serpent, but I didn't love it. It's a book that strings you along with no intention of satisfying you. Like, reading Essex Serpent is like spending an evening with an attractive person who flirts with you for hours, but at the end of the night doesn't even ask for your phone number. I can think of another more sultry example of being strung along without satisfaction, but it's not really appropriate, so I won't mention it, but I know we're all thinking it, and that's good enough for me. The Essex Serpent is convoluted with subplots and trying so hard to be so many things that it only succeeds at giving a peripheral examination of multiple subjects relevant to the late 1800s. In Melmoth, Perry rectifies all of those missteps. I found this book monumentally more enjoyable than The Essex Serpent. Melmoth is more focused and offers a deeper examination of its central theme, which, by the way, is intended to make us squirm and break out in a nervous sweat. My one major criticism of this book is that it often reads like a one-trick pony, but I liked that trick, so I wasn't much bothered by it. The point is, Melmoth is not a tease. Melmoth delivers. The release date for this book is suitably the month of October. Come October, lock your doors, dim the lights, and prepare yourself for an unsettling read. Next up is All the Ever Afters by Daniel Teller, a book that raises important questions about the value we place on physical beauty over quality of character. Now, here we have the untold story of Cinderella's stepmother, Agnes, who was born a peasant but invokes her intelligence and ingenuity to claw her way up the social ladder. Expectations are key to enjoying this book. Cinderella plays a vital but small role. Yes, this book hinges on a well-known fairy tale, but it's really historical fiction that explores the minutiae of day-to-day life for a woman living in the 19th century. This is not flash and bang and insta-love and magic pumpkins. It's the complexities of brewing ale to earn a living, the devastating after effects of viral plagues, or the vulnerability of a woman who lacks autonomy and basic rights. At one point, my eyes were brimming with tears, and that's a sign of an author successfully building emotional complexity. Not only did I get wrapped up in this somber story, I was entranced by the eloquence of Teller's writing. Every sentence is deliberate and crafted with care. All the Ever Afters is just the kind of melancholy tale with florid prose I crave, and I cannot wait to see what Teller publishes next. The book that trounced all of my May reading was West by Karis Davies. This is the story of Cy Bellman, a man who reads of monstrous bones and prodigious tusks having been discovered in the salty Kentucky mud, and is compelled to leave his Pennsylvania farm on horseback to search for the mammoth creatures. We also follow his 10-year-old daughter Bess, who eagerly awaits her father's return, and to a lesser extent we follow a Shawnee boy who accompanies Bellman on his journey. Because this is such a slim novel, at less than 150 pages, I didn't expect much from it, but I was pleasantly surprised by how invested I became in these characters, by how perilous their experiences are, and by the way this book reads like some marvelous mythological tale. What strikes me as the most successful aspect of this book is that Bellman is searching for a glimpse of something that no longer walks the earth, and yet Davies' writing is so imaginative and so passionate that we can't help but wonder if Bellman will, in fact, see some giant creatures lumbering across the plains. A book this spare about something that doesn't exist shouldn't glimmer with hope, and yet it does. I cannot recommend this book highly enough. It's unlikely I'll have time to post a best books of the year so far video mid-year, but I'll definitely post a picture of my top 10 reads of the year so far on Instagram and Twitter, and I can tell you right now that West will be among them. That concludes my May wrap-up. I hope you found some books to add to your TBR, and I hope you'll tell me in the comments the best book you read in the month of May. Since we're halfway through the year, I've been thinking a lot lately about books coming out in the second half of 2018 that I can't wait to read. I'll probably post something on Twitter showcasing those books, but I hope you'll share with me in the comments your most anticipated reads of the second half of the year, and I'm hoping I'll find some books in there that I can get excited about too. Thanks, everybody!